Good evening, everyone. Welcome. This is Pamela Marie Edmunds, and this is Love Never Dies radio show broadcast, coming to you from the Red Rocks of Sedona, Arizona. And tonight, your host, medium, evidential medium, animal communicator, and of course, radio show host here, and many other hats I have. I will be the person working with you. I will be your host. I will be your guest, if you want to call it that way. And tonight is a once-a-month show that I like to do. And actually, people who are on tonight that was on the last show, they've lucked out because I've done two in the same month. And that's because I'm going to take a couple weeks off next month, so that's all right. But it is the Messages of Love from Heaven, where I, as a medium, I'll connect to anyone who is interested and on the show here right now in the Zoom room, and bring through loved ones. And it's going to be a short message, a short mediumship message. Of course, it's a free, and that's why this one tends to be an active night. So I won't be surprised to hear the bell ringing every so often, telling us or telling me that somebody else has joined us. And that's fine. That's fine. And matter of fact, there's somebody there. I'm going to say hi, Cindy. And Cindy, I'm already starting here, dear. We're already recording. So if you can just mute yourself. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the things I do have to offer and how people can track me down. First off, I have this radio show and I have a second one. This one here is Love Never Dies radio show, Wednesday nights. And I do one on Thursday nights, the Pet Detectives radio show. And both shows are posted on my website. And each one has its own code to get into the Zoom room. Okay? So if you have today's code for Love Never Dies, it should get you in next week. Okay? And I also am offering some classes. Last night was my meditation and message circle, and that's an hour class. I do a guided meditation for about half the time and then give messages to everybody in the group. That's a $10 fee. This week, I want to offer something kind of special. I only do once a month, and it's still taking off. Friday night, I'm going to be doing a group channeling night. And for any of you who've known me for a while, I've been doing channeling, or I'm going to call it, I prefer to say it's trance mediumship, because I'm not in control of what's being said. I'm definitely being overlighted, transfigured over by spirit. And so Friday night at, 5 o'clock my time, you'll have to figure out if you're on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time, it starts at 8. It's going to be a 2-hour event, and basically it's going to determine who comes through, is going to determine who is in the group and what do they need. Right? Spirit knows. You put out an intention for Spirit to show up, it's about who is in the group. And that's a $25 fee. And how you work that is you find, well, actually the easiest thing is my website. On my website, there's an events page, and I do have a PayPal button, okay, that you can sign up that way, and then I will send, you send a payment, and then I will send you the information to get you into the Zoom room. And so this week here, Pet Detectives radio show, I'm kind of excited. But I actually have two guests, a main guest, and this is what, telling you the title of the show is the Pet Detectives radio show. But the show this Thursday night is a pet detective named Sylvester the cat. Okay? Sylvester is my kitty that I was guided to. It's going to be a little over 2 years ago. My guides literally told me which shelter to go, told me what he looked like. And then I said, well, how am I going to know it's the right cat? And they commented and says, you'll know. Well, he was the one that greeted me at the door as I walked in and wouldn't stop talking. So Sylvester, he was here. Okay, actually, he's in the doorway out behind me here. I thought he was going to visit, but he's going to join us. I'm going to show a little bit about animal communication with him. And I said I've got a second guest. I have a dear friend named June Evans, who's also an animal communicator from New Hampshire. And she and Sylvester have created a nice little bond. I'll be on my cell phone talking to her. He'll come up and start biting the phone, or if I put the phone in front of him, he'll start biting it. And next thing you know, she's got a message she's receiving. So he's working with us. He wants to help support the animals. There's still more need for the animals to be looked after. Some of these animals are still being mistreated, abused, neglected, and that's what it's all about, is helping them. But it's also, I said, pet detectives. We help find lost, missing animals. Are they here on this plane? Are they on the other side? And all of us who work in that modality, should I say, or that grouping, we tend to be able to track where they're at, and it's quite an experience. It's quite an experience. So tonight, did I get my website? No, I did not. My website is PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. If you want to track down some of these different topics. Also, I do service. There are services on that website that I can do by phone, of course, Zoom, Skype, whatever. So tonight, right now, it's interesting. I'm seeing somebody I know from back east. She's right in front of me, and oh, wait a minute, Judy. I see Judy's showing up right on my screen here. She's back. I'm going to say she's kind of back home. I'm originally from Massachusetts, and are you still living in Wareham, dear? You can unmute. I want you to unmute yourself for a minute here, because I'm feeling I'm going to start with you for a message.
Yes. Yep, I'm still here.
And you're in a manufactured home there. And
yes.
Yes. And I know where it was too. So,
yep.
And by the way, I purchased a manufactured home out here too.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
So would you like a message this evening?
I would love one.
Okay, I'm going to start with you, and I'm going to get to as many people as possible. I'm going to try to do about an hour show, so we'll go a little past the hour. I'm feeling really tight in my chest here right now as I'm connecting with you, Judy. Okay? I feel I have an individual who's got some major health issues. I feel the lungs, and I'm feeling the heart. Okay? It's almost like everything started to kind of freeze up in the way of functioning, you know? Kind of like a machine freezing up and stopping. All right?
Right.
I do feel I've got a male here with me. Are you with me still?
I am. Yep.
I feel like he really, really had a difficult time accepting that he needed help from other people during his end here on the earth plane, okay?
Yeah.
And I want to say he is connected to you in a heart way, is what I want to call it, all right?
Okay.
And I do want to say he could be a bit of a tough and tumble kind of guy. I don't know why I want to call it that way, but if the words make sense to you.
Yep.
And what I'm getting is there's a heart here, but there's a tough side to him too.
Yes.
And what I'm getting is he's still in process of bringing forward some apologies to you and several others. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand this?
Oh, I do.
Because I feel like he's only been on the other side a few years, if that. Okay.
Yeah, very short.
Pardon?
It's very short. It's just been about 2 months.
Oh my goodness. Well,
yeah.
I feel like he's been, okay. What happened is there's some sort of a a shift in consciousness that occurred here when he passed. And what I'm meaning is, I feel like he was either in a coma or something of that nature. So it's
Right.
all, he was already susceptible to being in the other side, to being on the spirit side of life. Do you understand how I'm wording it?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And poor guy, I feel like his physical body is totally different from what it was before.
Yes.
It's a major thinning going on here. And I feel like this is his major issues here, but this here helps the rest of the body function in different ways. So when this is out of balance, it's affecting other areas too.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes, I do.
He is someone who had a healthy appetite at one time. And for you to
Yes.
see him eating like a bird, that was pretty difficult.
Yes.
Okay. He wants me, so you recognize who it is, because I feel like he's a partner of some sort here, correct?
Well, no, it was my brother.
It's your brother, okay? The two of you had a pretty strong relationship, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Even though he wasn't a believer in what we're doing right now.
No.
And I feel
No.
like you had to kind of like, keep quiet, not talk about it.
Right.
But he had kind of some clues, and he wants to tell you that you need to keep doing this.
Okay.
You need to keep. This is right where you need to be. He says, if I had believed, he said, I probably would have had less difficulty with my passing. I feel like he had a lot of that fear, dogma, that dogma that some of the other religions
Right.
have put out there, and he wants also to tell you that right now there's a need for you to look after someone else in your family.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling like there's a female who's not too well right now, or is having some difficulties.
Okay.
Younger generation?
Younger generation?
Yes, somebody he was fond of.
Okay.
A daughter or a niece, somebody in that next generation below you.
How about his daughter?
That would fit. That would fit. Someone who's having difficulty in finding herself right now.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And he says,
Yes.
sit down, meditate. You can feel me around. You have been, he says.
Yes.
Something
Yeah.
about bells. There's something about bells connected to him. And I don't, whether you've heard some bells or there's some bells coming up, but wanting to know he is there to help and assist her. She says, yes, without some prayer on it. That always works for you, he says.
Okay. Yep.
He's saying that she's really a bit confused right now. And it's like, if she needs some, I want to say she needs a big hug.
Yeah.
And do it safely. So.
Yeah, can't do it though.
Right. I'm going to leave you with his love. There's a teasing side too in this relationship. He used to tease you, okay?
Yeah.
So
yep.
I want to thank him for coming in and leave you with his love and blessings, okay?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. Who else? Okay, if you can just mute yourself here. Thank you. Okay. Who else would like? Okay, Christina, you're here, aren't you, dear?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Would you like a message?
Yes, of course. And
Okay.
I want to tell you, Pamela, that I'm also in a manufactured home.
Okay. Well, and it's interesting. When I was back east, we used to call them trailer parks, and I
yeah, it's different now. Now they're different.
It's totally different. Yes.
And can you see me?
I see your shape. I can see. If I look real close, I can see your glasses and your eyes a little bit. So
I just want to see if I can show you this. I bet this is a shell that I found.
You posted it online. I saw it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So I've been holding it with me. So I feel like that.
All right. I'm feeling there's a man around you. And I want to go with somebody who would be like, I want to go like an uncle. So he's the age of the next generation above you. And some reason I'm feeling like I'm a smoker. And I feel like that did some major hindrance to his body. He's also a joker.
Yes.
And you would catch him with a beer every once in a while.
Yes, that's a second cousin, but I called him uncle. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like what's the word? He's humorous, but I also want to say for some reason, I'm feeling there's a playful side to this guy.
Yes, a child. He was always the child, the joker, the oddball of the family, if you will.
But that was enjoyed by you very much when you were young. Okay.
Yes.
All right. As you got a little older, you started kind of like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I need to say, I feel like his breathing is definitely labored. I also feel he's got something, I need to say something growing down in his abdomen that does not belong down there.
Yeah,
okay?
probably in his liver.
Okay. And he's tanned, but because he was a smoker, he's kind of, what's the word? The skin's all kind of grainy.
Like, yep.
You understand me, right?
Yes, yep.
Okay. He wants to say to you that he is very proud of all that you are doing. In particular, your studies is what he says.
Okay.
He says that you need time for you is what he said. You need to play. You got the greatest little playmate. You need to play. And for some reason, I feel like I've given you a message before about playing, haven't I?
Yes.
Okay. If the place were closer, he'd like you to get to Disney, one of the Disney worlds or something to play.
I would, yeah.
But right now, he does say it's like you need to be safe, and he's okay. He has some knowledge around real estate in some way.
I don't know real estate as much as like things in houses. He was like a general contractor that worked for himself.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm feeling like he's got a bit of an eye for real estate, or he's got a bit of an eye for property. What's good and what isn't. Okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. And what he's wanting to say to you, he said, is there's a need for you to just be aware of what you're putting out in the way of your for sale. Okay? All right. Is that enough? Am I saying enough there? And what I'm getting from him is, if you want to move on, you gotta make it a goodbye for both of you.
Okay.
Goodbye for you and a goodbye for the new people too. All right?
Yeah.
So there's gotta be a compromise, is what he's telling me. Okay? He says if you make a good compromise, he says you'll be in Flint. I don't get that.
Flint?
No. It's an old expression. You'll be in Flint.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Okay. This guy's got rosy cheeks in the wintertime.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm almost picturing him on a snowboard or
oh God, Pamela, he brought, most of our family lives in Scotland, and he brought his skis with him to Scotland one year, and they all made fun of him so much that he put his skis on his shoulder and he said, "I'm walking home." We're like, "You walking across the ocean?"
Okay, well, there's lots of love from him, and he's wanting you to play. Okay, I think that's
okay. Yes.
Okay, that and the sail, the little tip on the sail. So thank you.
Thank you
for coming in. I want to make sure I get to as many people, but I also want who I come to know who I'm bringing through. So who else is out there tonight? I saw Cindy's name come across.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, how you doing, dear?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Would you like a message tonight?
I would love one.
Okay. I've got, I'm seeing, okay. It's almost like you're a black and white right now, the way the lighting is set up around you. You follow me?
Oh, goodness.
That's
Yes.
fine. It is fine.
Oh,
But
oh,
it's
okay.
making me think of a black and white portrait. But
Oh.
but it's done by, it's professional, okay?
Mhm.
And if you take your hand away from your mouth, your smile is reminding me very much. I'm going to go with a female.
Oh,
There's a female who comes in, and she's coming in on your smile. I do want to say she would have had to wear glasses, but hers are a different shape and style.
yes.
Okay? I'm also feeling she put curlers in her hair.
Yes.
And those hurt. She was literally
Yes.
pushing on them, okay? And
Yeah.
do you remember the plastic bonnets that you could put over the hair to keep the hair from getting wet in the shower?
Yes.
Okay. And I've got stockings hanging. They're not two together. They're one by one. Do you understand me?
Yes, I do.
Yes. And this woman's got an eye for color. You understand?
Yes.
And I feel like she would have dressed up with color in mind.
Mhm.
And I also feel her home had a lot of color too. And for some reason, I'm getting into flowers with her too, and feeling like there's some sort of garden. But the flowers are also part of the color in the home.
Oh, yes, the home and wallpaper, all flowers and vines.
Right. And there's always a wonderful whiff, is the word I'm getting, coming from her kitchen.
She's a wonderful cook.
Right.
The best.
And a baker, okay?
Oh,
Yes. I do feel like she would have had an issue with her speaking before she passed. There's something going on in her throat, but also I want to go more down into my stomach area. There's possibly cancer or something of that nature. Okay?
It all started there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to say she wasn't necessarily a very big woman to begin with, but this sickness, this illness really, really shaped her so differently. It was just really sad to watch. Okay. All right.
Yes.
She's saying that you also have the gift of gardening too, right?
Yeah, I love gardening. Yes.
And she says, why haven't you been doing more of it?
I have a little bit.
Okay. She's one. I guess she wants to keep that smile on your face.
Yes.
Okay? Because there are times when you're by yourself, the smile disappears. Okay? And she says, you can do a garden inside, you can do a garden outside, whatever your need may be. And like right now, she says, yes, it's a little hot to be getting a garden going together outside. But do something, she says, in that way. It'll bring a lot of joy and peace to you. Okay?
Yes.
And hang on. You got a kitty around you?
Yes, he's 12 inches from me.
Okay, because I'm taking my hand like I'm stroking his back.
Oh, yes.
And I feel like she's a kitty lover too.
Oh, very much so. But she was allergic, so she couldn't have them, but she loves cats.
Okay. And she wants to say that you've got quite a collection on this side for when you do take your time to come home. She says, but you're gonna be collecting more by then too, she says. But she gives you lots of love, and I feel like she squeezed your cheek. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank her for coming in and with her lovely smile, all right? And thank you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And if anybody who gets to hear this work that's happening here tonight, the mediumship work, is interested in getting a private session for themselves, please check my website out, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. I do go down to 20-minute sessions, and I go all the way up to hour. And basically, I offer mediumship. I offer life path readings. I do channeling for some of you people who have experienced that. And I also do animal communication. So wonderful, wonderful. So who else do we have on tonight? Let me see. I heard the bell ring, but I wasn't sure if the bell was going in or out. There's also a chat room here. If somebody wants to make a little hello, Pamela, or somebody I haven't spoken to yet wants to unmute their mic and say hello, Pamela. I'd love a message.
Hello, Pamela. I'd love a message.
Awesome. And this is okay. You're in Florida, and it's Andy?
Yes.
Andy, okay. All right, Andy. What I need to say to you is that you're trying to figure out where to put your feet. It's almost like you've got a path in front of you, but you're not fully comfortable with it yet. And you're trying to figure out, do I go left? Do I go right? Okay? Okay?
Okay.
And this is going with your intuition. You have a strong intuition that you need to listen to. Especially now where there are some major aspects of your life that are topsy-turvy right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Maybe as far as the job?
Could be. Okay, it could be. Okay, yeah. Job is a bit topsy-turvy right now?
I've been unemployed since January 2nd.
Oh, well, that'll be, yep. So income right now is different than it normally is, okay? And your expenses, plus of course, we have all this other changes that are going on here in the planet too, all right? So
Okay.
you're a little unsure of where to go with your feet right now. In regards to employment, it's like, well, I can't do that right now, but I can do that. Do you understand me? If you start making a list, you can put a check or an X next to it as far as what you are capable of doing.
Okay.
All right? And I feel some of it's got to do with some of the regulations that have been put out for us right now. Okay?
Okay.
In relation to this, I kind of call it shift on the planet. All right? Okay?
Okay.
I have a gentleman that's coming in who's bringing this message. I do feel that you would remember him, at least part of his time here, with a mustache.
Yeah.
Okay? And you would have seen it multicolored too.
Seen it what? Multicolored?
Multicolored. So you would have seen it as he started aging.
Okay.
Are you with me? You're looking puzzled, okay?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
I'm trying
right. Okay. This gentleman, he's a tease. He's a big tease.
Yes.
He's a joker.
Uh-huh.
Yet he's got a big heart, and if you go to him for questions, he gives it to you right on the mark.
Yep.
All right? And what I'm feeling is you need to be talking to him for some support in this area. All right? And you can feel and hear spirit, but you don't always.
Oh, I know.
you could be doing what I'm doing, sweetheart. It's about you practicing. It's about you believing and trusting. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? And he had some major issues with his teeth before he passed, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
almost feeling, his mouth is almost empty.
Yeah, he had dentures.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
took him, and he had a pull.
Oh, wow, wow. And he got to be a bit of a picky eater, too, towards the end.
Yes. Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that.
Yep. Certain things that you would have fed him earlier in life,
Uh-huh.
he had no interest in. Okay?
Yeah.
And he's one of these people who save things. I feel like he's pulling, you're telling him that you got to dress up where you're going tonight. And he's pulling out an old suit. It may be clean, but it's totally out of style.
Yeah.
You understand? Am I still
Yeah.
with you?
Yeah, we'd never,
Yeah,
I don't remember never wearing a suit.
If you ever looked in his closet, you would have seen.
Oh, it was full of stuff. Yeah, of old
Stuff.
clothes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He didn't like to throw things away.
Yes, I can see that.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna nicely ask if somebody, I can hear somebody talking. Can you please mute your speaker? Thank you. Okay. So Andy, he's okay. Thank you. He kept things, right? Didn't want to get rid of things. But the point is, right now, there's a few things you need to get rid of. And what I'm
Okay.
getting is these are thoughts, these are projections in the way of what you've been doing in the regards to income. Everybody's doing things in a new way, and he's wanting you to look at that.
Okay.
Are you with me?
That, yeah, yes, that's
Okay.
something I've been
Okay.
looking into.
So sit into some meditation. Call him in and ask, and have a notepad and pen there. And
Okay.
ask him for some guidance. But you need to start making your own list. What are you capable of doing out in the public eye to bring in some
Okay.
income?
Right.
And be creative. Be creative with it. Okay? All
I
right,
hear that
Andy?
loud and clear. Absolutely.
And he's tipping his hat to you. He's tipping. He's definitely a gentleman, and he's very
Mhm.
fond of you. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's giving you a kiss on the cheek before he goes. All right.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. I want to thank him for being here too. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I will
Okay.
talk to him.
Thank you. Okay, so if you could mute your mic, please. Is there anybody else on board tonight? I'd like to fill this hour up.
I'd like to have a reading.
Oh, hi, Carol. Good to meet you. And where are you coming in from, honey?
I'm also in Florida,
Oh, really? Okay. What part of Florida?
Jacksonville.
Okay. Must be.
Northeast.
Okay. Okay. And what I want to say is, you've been around this kind of work a little more than most people, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm almost feeling either you go into churches or you do something that keeps yourself connected to this belief system.
I have friends that believe the same way, so I talk to them, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm feeling like there's more than that. Or
Okay.
maybe it's what I'm trying to, what the person, okay. I've got somebody who had some difficulty communicating towards the end of life.
Okay.
All right. And what I'm feeling is there's a little bit of, the word I want to use is dementia. And it's almost like they're saying, I'm getting the message backwards. Okay. They're trying to encourage you to get more involved in around this type of work, spiritual work, being around people of like-minded. And okay, I'm also hearing that you also are gifted too in the way of sensing spirit and wanting to enhance that and help some other people.
Well, as far as sensing spirit, I feel like that's a real weakness because people around me seem to, and I never sense spirit.
Well, I feel like this is what you're being pushed to get into, clear whatever that block is.
Okay, I'd love to do that.
Okay, to get whatever that block is. And my suggestion to you would be to look and see where your friends are going. Where are they going to learn more about this? Are there some classes somewhere that you could connect with? And is there somebody in the way of teachers? Especially right now in regards to online work, okay? And I am at some time going to do mediumship development. But right now, it probably won't be till September, okay? Okay, and who have I got giving you this message? I've got a sisterly energy who would have been very much active in and around this. And I'm feeling like, when I say sisterly, I'm also talking friend level too. You understand?
I understand.
Okay. And what I want to say is, she's talking about having a sweet tooth. And most of you and your friends do have a sweet tooth, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And chocolate is what I just heard, chocolate, okay?
Of course.
Okay. She's been on the other side a couple of years, and I'm feeling like, okay, you're more south in the state. I feel like she's up above, she was living up above you in more that area. And I feel like she was pretty much on her own anyway at the time. And what I'm sensing with her is that you and she were pretty close in age. And I feel like she had some issues from her past that she hadn't fully resolved. And she kind of pushed them aside. Well, sure enough, she got sick. And I'm feeling like she had difficulty breathing. I feel like she was in a bit of a coma for a while. And I want to say thank you. She's telling me, okay, that was back when we colored our hair. Did you used to color your hair, dear?
Yeah, I did years ago.
Okay. Right now, a lot of people aren't because they're not able to do that.
Oh, yeah, I haven't for years, yeah.
Right. But she's talking about that she used to color her hair too. Let me see how I can give you some more specifics, find some evidence. She was a nice dresser, and she had some money to back herself. I believe she was married at one time, and he was pretty well off. But she did not have a partner. And you like to shop, don't you?
No, I don't. I'm not sure. Nobody is fitting all of the things you've said, but I'm wondering if it could be my aunt.
Okay.
She did like to shop very much.
Okay. Is there a side to her that was very creative too?
Yes.
Okay, because I've got my hands here, and like I'm going to either do some knitting or some crocheting or something of this nature. For the craft fairs? Okay, I'm going to leave you that stuff there. I'm going to go to a message, all right?
Oh, sure, that'll be great. Thank you.
Okay. First off, this individual is glad you're sort of out of the house right now. Even though you're not physically out of the house, but you're out and you're with other people here right now, okay? Because you have not been, right?
Well, just like everybody else, more time at home than usual, yes.
Well, right. And what I'm hearing is you're a people person. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
And there's a need for you to keep connected to people, all right? and she's trying to tell you to encourage you to find other ways to connect people, even if you can't get there physically.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and that there are a lot of people that you know that would love to hear from you or see you on the screen like we're doing right now. Okay, and I'm particularly thinking of someone, female, who is feeling a bit downtrodden right now because of all that's going on.
Okay.
I feel it's a relative connection to you, and I feel like this person normally does have some issues with depression, but this is just enhancing it.
Okay.
All right. I feel like what I want to say is you're going to know some of these answers when we finish up. Right now, you're kind of trying to figure it out. Okay.
Yes.
Figure it out. So
Exactly.
I'm going to leave you with love and support from this woman, and she had an eye for jewelry too.
Yes, she did.
Okay, so now you know exactly who I'm
We
speaking.
know who it is. Yes.
And some of her pieces were passed around the family.
They probably all went to her children, but yes, I'm sure they were held on to.
Right, but you get that, okay?
Yes.
Okay, and she would have been right on there with getting her nails done like everybody else does these days.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the kind of person she was. But she's giving you a great big hug, and she wants you to just to keep being you, is what I'm hearing you say. Okay? Keep
Oh, that's
being
so
you.
sweet.
Okay? All right, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
Pamela Marie.
You're welcome, and I want to thank her for coming in. And do we have anybody else who I has not had a message tonight? I've kind of lost track.
I would love to get one.
Hi, okay, it's Lori. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Pam?
Good, good. You understand why I would be thinking of somebody else in spirit who also had the name Lori in their name?
No.
Okay. Hang on. Hang on. What I want to say is I'm feeling like there was somebody else in the family that wanted to use the name Lori, but you already had it. Okay? I'm going to
Okay.
leave that piece right there. Okay? And what I want to go with here is, okay, you've got two energies on the other side that I would refer to as mother energies.
Okay.
Not this one, but two. Okay? And what I'm feeling is one is blood, but the other's like a surrogate. Okay?
Okay.
I'm feeling these two women are close. So I'm feeling I may be with a grandma.
Okay.
All right? Because I do feel like your blood mother wasn't always able to be there for you.
Oh, yes.
Are we on the same page here?
Yeah.
Okay? So there was a substitute person who stepped in. And I'm feeling like you got the best of two worlds.
Yeah,
Okay?
she was a peach.
Right. But you got the best of two worlds from both of these women.
Yes.
Kind of like when mom had to shut off, you had the other person that was on.
Yes.
And when the other person shut off, mom was there in her best. Okay? I'm feeling, thank you, both of these ladies loved to do your hair.
Oh.
All right? And it's like, well, what are you doing to your hair now, Lori? And they understand, you know, that you're an adult now, but one of them did pigtails on you.
Okay.
Someone, and when I say pigtails, I'm talking pigtails.
Yes.
I'm talking braids as another total thing, okay? You have to wear a swim cap when you went in the water?
A few times, but we always fought it.
Okay, okay. Okay, You're sneaking up behind both of these women when they're in their kitchen, and they got some great baked cookies that have just come out of the oven. One of them cooks better than the other, right?
One I would say I got more cooking from. The other one was, by the time I met her in her grandmotherly state, she literally had to pencil me in to come work for her because she was just so busy.
Okay. Okay, unless we're talking another female who might have been around you, like another mom. You had several people that filled the role of mother in your life when you're growing up, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what I'm feeling like is you're the little girl and you're reaching up over the counter and snitching a cookie. A nice fresh cookie that came out of the oven.
That they pretended not to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. And you went and ate it in the other room and nobody see you eat. You know,
Right.
otherwise if they saw you eating it, you're guilty, right?
Right.
I'm also sensing some smaller boats that were important in your upbringing, somewhere on a lake or the ocean. Somebody have a rowboat or a paddle boat?
I took our bound course, so we were on pulling boats up off of Vinyl Haven Island.
Okay, so that resonates with you, okay. All right, okay. And you have someone who would be like a sister here that you don't connect with that much? Who would they be talking about, a sister? Someone who was like a sister to you.
My cousin.
Okay. And the two of you have gone off in different directions.
Yeah, kinda.
Right. Well, I'm not sensing that she would fully be a part of what we're doing here right now.
Oh, because she was a total believer too. She was.
Okay. Hang on, let me just see what.
I mean, it might not be her. It could be somebody
hang
else.
on. One of these, whoever is talking to me right now, and I want to go with the older woman. I feel like there's some confusion in her head in the way of her communication.
On that side or this side?
She's on the other side. I've got two women, mother roles coming in from the other side, and that they are both one's got some major issues with her communication. See, what they do is they confuse me, is what happens.
Okay.
The personalities. And that's something for you to know about too, for your journey. And someone here who likes, one of these women, I want to go with the older one who liked the animals. I'm watching the squirrels outside. And one of the two, see, because they're really kind of close. So there's some similarities between the two of them. You right with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sensing somebody's got a bird in a cage. A parakeet or something of that nature.
I think my grandmother used to have a bird.
Okay. And it used to sing and used to make a lot of messes, what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, that's.
The singing was nice, the mess wasn't.
Yeah, birds are beautiful, but they're gross.
Right. I want to go to Mom, and I feel like Mom is wanting to tell you that she did the best that she could for you. And she's sorry it couldn't have been more. All right?
The grandmother figure is saying that?
Mother is saying that.
Because my mother is still living.
Mother is still living. Boy, they're confusing me tonight. Okay.
Our family's
Mother,
like that.
say again?
Our family is like that.
Okay. Then I've got someone else who's coming in from the spirit side of life, who's got a motherly energy to you. And I want to say this might be an aunt, meaning a sister to her. You recognize that?
Yeah, but she was gone she was gone when I was a kid.
All right. You know what I'm going to do?
No, I'm thinking that.
I'm going to jump to the message, unless you have something to say. Go ahead.
Well, because I'm going to say, maybe it was, it could be my cousin. She's just a little older than me, but she was always the voice of reason.
And motherly?
Yes.
Okay. Motherly.
Very, I mean, all the kids just gravitated to her. She could whip stuff up from nothing and on the spur of the moment have fun. And
okay, well, and I'm even sensing this woman being one there. Now tie your shoes and giving you guidance on how to tie your shoes.
yes.
Okay, and pull, sit just right. Ladies in a dress or a skirt, you're supposed to sit just appropriately, right?
Oh God, keep your knees together.
Oh yes, and when you come home, it's like take off your school clothes and put those play clothes on. You don't want to ruin your good clothes. Yeah, you've got several here. So right now, it's okay. What I'm hearing, it's about you mothering you right now.
Okay.
All right, and that you need quality time for you. You need quality time to just veg out. And there's a bunch of chatter around you. I want to step away from some of that chatter.
Okay. Yeah, that's a definite.
All right? And be kind with it. Be as kind as you can with it. Okay?
All right.
And I'm feeling like I know, okay, there's a lot of confusion around you, and that's part of why some of my messages were coming in confused. We're also talking, we've got a few women who lived in confusion too.
Okay.
You with me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And I'm going to leave you with the love of these wonderful ladies from the other side, okay?
Thank you very much,
Thank
Pamela.
you. Thank you. They're making me work here tonight.
Yes, they are.
It's not coming in as easy. Do we have anybody else who has not received a message this evening? Okay. Yes.
Hi.
Your
I'm
name?
Cindy. Cindy. I'm Laurie's sister.
Oh, okay. All right. And where are you calling from, hon? Where are you coming in from?
Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm a Massachusetts girl originally myself. So, yes. All right. As you notice, Spirit's really kind of testing me tonight. And would you like a message to see how we can see if we get somebody to come in can be nice and clear?
Sure.
Okay. I've got a woman who would have had a kind of nice ring. I feel I'm hearing diamond ring. And the diamond ring would have been left behind. Okay?
I have this. It's not a diamond ring, but it is somebody's wedding band that was made into a heart.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
I have my mother's diamond, but she, like Laurie said, she's still alive.
Okay. 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 All right. Okay, thank you. This woman, I need to say, wouldn't necessarily have had a lot of finances to have the real thing, okay? All right? So if you had mentioned to me, what's the, cubic zirconia or something of that nature, okay? That would still resonated with me while I'm connecting with this woman, okay? For some reason, and I love it because everybody is right where they're supposed to, I'm being drawn to the pictures up behind you. The lower one is flowers. I think the upper one might be flowers too.
Yep.
I feel like, first off, those are an important aspect for her life. Okay? But I'm also feeling like needle point of some nature. There's some sort of, and doing things like that, but with a different form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm also feeling like this woman enjoyed music and she would be humming while she was working.
Mm-hmm.
Her vibration up, but she also helped by keeping everybody else's vibration up too with it.
Yep.
Okay. And she's a peach.
Mm-hmm.
Say she's a peach. And if she were to walk into the room right now where you are, she would be giving you a great big embrace. And the two of you would be almost to tears. Okay? Yep. Because of the connection there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I am sensing her sweeping her hair up at one time in her life. You would remember seeing some pictures. She had longer hair. Your hair's short, or is it swept up?
No, my hair's wicked short right now.
All right. Okay. But you can still, it's almost like some of it's going back as if it's being pulled back. You follow me? But she would have had her hair swept up, and it was very attractive.
Okay. It may have been. I knew this woman in her older years, and her hair was short, so it may have been.
Okay. I've also got some sort of a candy dish round with her. Okay, and you got to take the wrapper off them. Kind of like, all right, and a small dog with her.
Say that again?
A small dog with her. Do you remember this woman having a small dog around her?
She had cats.
Okay, hang on.
Unless we're talking about Nana Bolivar.
Okay, let me.
She had a Chihuahua.
It's small enough. It's above. I'm about halfway up my leg.
Laurie's instant messaging me and telling me it's my grandmother with her dog.
Okay. Does the dog have some phony rhinestones on its collar? I'm almost feeling like she'd want to make Okay. She liked costume jewelry, and she would put some on her pets too.
Laurie would remember if that happened. I don't have that good of a memory. I just remember the Chihuahua chasing us up the hall.
Okay. And I don't know that it was common to do in those years, but I feel like if she could have done so, she would have put the animal's ashes into her urn and saved them.
That definitely sounds like Auntie Rainey.
Okay. Because there's a specialness between her and this animal. And she'd want to have some sort of a memory of this animal. Okay. This woman had a unique way of dressing.
This definitely has to be Auntie Rainey.
I want to say style, but I also want to say color. Okay. All right. And if it didn't fit right, it stayed in the closet. Unfortunately, there were a lot of things hanging in her closet.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Her shape did shift off and on throughout her life. Therefore, the scale, of course, shifted too. Okay, so you recognize she's here. Who's been in the funk? Is it you or somebody else?
Me.
She's trying to find some ways to get you out of the funk.
Okay.
All right. She wishes she could drop a kitty or a dog in your lap.
My God.
All right. She wishes she could bring a party to your place,
Mm-hmm.
but she understands it can't be done.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. A common message for people tonight here is to find ways to connect with other people.
Yep.
Okay? I don't know if you've ever used Zoom before, but now you've used it, and gee, it's a pretty easy thing. Anybody, you don't have to pay to do a 40-minute call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
Point being is, it's like, okay, yeah, you can't touch the person, but because you're sensitive, you're able to intuit a lot more, to see them and hear them talk.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, why aren't you doing some dancing by yourself?
I've been thinking about it.
Well, she knows that dancing is a good thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find sources for music, and nobody can see you, so you can just do whatever you want with it.
Okay.
All right? And if you have a stuffed animal, that can be your partner.
That's my, oh, I was going to say, that's my partner right there.
Ah! But I mean, you could literally have a stuffed animal. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she's very aware, and she's wanting you to find things to lift yourself up. She says it's not going to be like this forever.
Okay.
All right? And she really loves you dearly. Actually, she loves both of you, because this is definitely somebody who's connected to both of you. And she misses your one-on-one talks. And she says,
Yep.
whatever was said was just between the two of us.
Yep.
Okay? And she was really proud to be able to be a confidant to you. Okay? Because there were you had some difficult times going on, and she was able to kind of help
Yep.
calm you down.
Yep.
All right? Center you and
Mhm.
get you to think straight.
Yep.
Because you can get into panic mode is what I'm hearing. All right? Okay? And she loves you dearly and wants to give you a big hug, and wants to thank you for just being you and being there. So thank you. I'm trying to remember your name again. I know you're
Cindy.
Cindy. Okay, thank you. We had 2 Cindys on tonight, didn't we?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Thank you, dear, very much for coming and calling.
Thank you very much.
Part of this. You're welcome. Is there anybody else here tonight? Anyone else I missed? Okay. Wonderful. I want to thank all the wonderful beings who came in to support this session here, this Messages of Love from Heaven. Everybody came in with a crew of loved ones. My team, my helpers. I want to mention next week, anybody who's an animal lover, this show will be Messages from Our Pets in Heaven. Okay, I'll be doing that. Similar to what we're doing here right now, but connecting to pets. And tomorrow night, my Pet Detectives radio show will be a pet detective named Sylvester the cat. And he just happens to be my kitty. And he communicates to me telepathically. He communicates to several other people. And he's helping the animals to get a break. He's helping the animals to get the love and the recognition that they really want. Friday night, if you're into channeling, which basically is me going into an altered state of trance, there's more information on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. It's going to be a 2-hour event. And basically, it could be Mother Mary. It could be one of the archangels. It could be a guide. A couple of the girls got to meet Arthur, who happens to work with me, and he's very knowledgeable, but he's got some humor. So it could be a fun evening if you want to check into that. And how do you find out more about my work? Is you can check out my Facebook page, Pamela Marie Edmunds, with a little hyphen, little hyphen between Pamela and Marie, and also the website. And I want to thank you all for coming on board tonight, and thank everyone who came in from Spirit Side of Life. We love you. We are grateful for your support. And everybody be safe, be well, and God bless you all. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Good night.